I have, I was born with cerebral palsy. So cerebral palsy is considered a developmental disability. Attention deficit hyperactive disorder, learning or intellectual disabilities. So I already said I have learning disabilities as well. I've been tested for dyslexia. So if you have children that have dyslexia, it's considered a developmental disability as well. Learning or, I said that one already. Hearing loss, vision impairment, and other developmental delays. So I'm going to leave it right there. So I hope that that information has helped some parents out there, some grandparents, or godparents.
I think that was very helpful.
I'm glad you found it helpful, sister. So so that's information, and we will, talk about more about disabilities in the future. I'm ready to do that now. Okay. Sometimes I don't want to talk about. I talk about it to a certain degree. Let's put it that way. So.
That's because sometimes you forget you're disabled.
That's a whole other conversation. Oh man, Miss Vicky telling the business now, man. We're gonna have to have a whole show about that, right there. We're gonna have a whole show about DJ Dika.
But you know what? When if I DJ Dika, I could say that about sometimes we forget we black. Because we be like, you know how when you're around everybody and everybody blended in, and then all of a sudden they be like, oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I'm just a person first. I'm a woman. Yeah. I'm a person first, then I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even thinking about these days, you can't help it. So just more, it's like, okay, I'm black and I'm proud now. But, before we just be chilling and we just a woman, we chilling with our friends. Like we got sisters of all ethnicities. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have no color line. We don't say, just because you're not black, you're not our sister. We have sisters of other ethnicities, And so I'm just saying, like, sometimes something happens to make you remember. Oh, yeah, that's right, I am.
Yeah. Yes, when we have to deal with social issues such as African Americans being killed or murdered, like George Floyd, then it's like, oh yeah, See, that's what I'm talking about. That part right there. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and
there is racism. Like, we're reminded that it's racism.
Yes. So yes, Miss Vicky is correct.
So it's kind of the same thing.
Yes.
When you forget that you're disabled?
Yeah, I'm just going to share a little bit more, be transparent, I guess it's meant, because it might be parents out there listening, and they have children with a disability. I want you to know. Take it from me. Real life experience. If your child has a disability, and you may be concerned, or you may be sad, or you may be wondering why, because I know that goes to parents' minds, or you don't feel that your son or daughter is going to have a fruitful life because they're disabled. Let me tell you, and I also speak on this as well. Let me tell you, Vicky could tell you first time experience. Your child is a person first. Even though that's becoming political, because in the circles I walk in, there are some people that have disabilities that have said they want to be known as disabled. And then we got another group of people that's disabled that say they want to be known as a person with a disability. So DJ Dika is in that group. I want to be known as a person first. And then, not only am I a person first, I'm a person first, but I happen to be black. Then we get into that intersexuality that I've been learning about. I'm black, I'm a woman, and I'm disabled. Okay? So I want you to know your child is wonderful, beautifully, wonderfully made. It is not the end of the world for them. Continue to encourage them. Let them know the sky is the limit. Now, I got to go here. For some parents, I know sometimes you want to protect your children, And sometimes we got parents that are overprotective. That's a whole nother story. But I want you to know, sooner or later, you have to let them go and let them fly their wings. Now, I'm not saying don't be there for them when you let them go. You still be there. You still encourage them, but you got to let them, live life. You got to allow them to go through some things. And they can have boyfriends and girlfriends. They can get married. They don't always, it's kind of out there that when you disable, some people disable, they're going to live with their parents for the rest of their life. Parents got to take care of them. Yes, there are some that happens. That's true. But there are some people with disabilities that live fruitful lives. I'm one of them. And they do have friends, because I know some people with disabilities, it's hard for them to make friends. I don't know. Should I say I have friends? I have I'm selective. I have a small group of people that I call friends, and I have one true best friend, and that's Miss Vicky, and that's a whole other show talking about our relationship. So, anyway, moving on. I hope that helps someone. Miss Vicky, do you want to say anything else about disabilities before we go into the next topic?
No, I'm fine. You said a mouthful.
Okay. We'll set up for another show, okay? Yeah. Yes, because talking about Miss Vicky, talking about me forgetting, Miss Vicky forgets too. Be like that, don't it? Especially when we be outside walking and people be looking. It'd be a riot, because they be looking and they see me, and then they be like, "You need help? Can we help you?" And then Vicky will turn around. Oh, I got this. Anyway, that's a whole show. Anyway, hope I brought y'all some laughter. Okay, so moving on. It's also Women's History Month, and today's the last day. And I wanted to touch on. Give me a minute. Where was it? Women of. I lost my train of thought. Goodness. What was I going to say?
Women in Black history? Is that?
No, but I wanted to specifically, because it was Developmental Disability Month, I wanted to touch on women for the last day that have made history and that were disabled. That's what I was trying to touch on.
Oh, and you can't remember who it is?
Yeah, I'm trying to find my information. So I guess I have to move on. Man, I'm not happy. Okay, well,
we can always come back to it.
Yes, we could do that. So let's start talking about the main topics of family, parenting, relationships between, father and son, mother and son, father and daughter. Did I do everybody? Wait, I'm getting confused. Help me out. Father and son, mother and son, mother and daughter, and father and daughter. Did I get it right? Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
So thank you. So this happened, I guess, maybe 2 weeks ago. And we wanted to touch on it because, we'd like to talk about social issues in general. So we know that the issue of Kirk Franklin has been out there and it's been talked about a lot, but we just wanted to touch on that a little bit, just a little bit, but to break it down, the social issue basically is this. Parenting is no easy task. There is no handbook. There is no handbook for raising a child. And then when you're a child, and then you be like, God, I can't wait till I get up off this house. Dika was one of them. Okay. And I did some things I shouldn't have done, and we won't go into that, but, I couldn't wait to get up out the house. And then when I finally got up out the house, it was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Got to deal with some responsibilities. You got to, you want to be grown, but you got to do grown-up things. Oh, yeah. So I'm bringing that up to say because I have, got some encounter with some young adults. They be wanting to get away from their parents, and they all that in the bag of chips. And then when they get, okay, you want to go. Oh, can I have this? Can I have that? You grown, remember? You're on your own, you know? It's like once you reach that certain age, you're a grown up now. You're grown up, you know, so you can't depend on your parents like you used to. Not saying they're not going to help. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just that whole mindset. But I've learned the hard way. Once you become grown on your own and you start dealing with responsibilities, you're like, oh, snap. Oh, my goodness.
I know when I was DJ Dika.
Yeah.
DJ Dika. When I was when I was a teenager and I was ready to be independent and move out on my own, I wanted bills and everything. I was like, ooh, I can't wait till I have my own bills. I can't wait till I have my own job and I could pay bills and have my own place and all this stuff. I was just like, I thought the grass was greener on the other side. Child. I had a rude awakening. And so, you know, I know we're talking about mental health and, you know, with children and families and everything, but I didn't go through that rebellious thing where I was mad at my parents and was going off on them and went back home and all those things. I just said, you know what? I got to carry this, you know, what's another word? I don't want to just say cross, but I had to carry my burden.
Make your bed. You laid in it? Make your bed.
I had to make my bed. I had to make that bed up that I had laid in, and I had to weather the storm. That's a good one. I had to weather the storm, you know. But we find that, you know, over the years, I don't know what happened. It just seemed like, I hear a lot of parents say it's in the water, you know, that the kids, as the generations come behind us, the kids are more disrespectful and it's accepting, or they're getting passes to be disrespectful to their parents or their elders, you know. And along with that, if you got mental health issues, it takes it to a whole nother level, you know.
Yes.
And
with that,
some things are, and not saying that the kids don't have a reason to be mad, but I don't know when in the past that even though we was mad, they gave us a pass to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like I know back in the day, we didn't talk back, but I think that when they took the one, prayer out of school, and then two, when they became very strict on giving spankings, you know, it seemed like the dynamic changed a lot. You know, where you know the teachers were all in our kids' faces talking about, I can't say our kids, but let's say children, they went in the kids' faces or the students' faces telling them, you know, if your parent is doing this and that, you make sure you report it. So it gave the kids leverage.
And that's when it changed again.
And then those that wanted to try their parents, they went home and was like trying, you know, how you test the fire, you know, to see if it's going to burn or whatever, or you test your parents, or you know, you go and even provoke them. Like, you better not say nothing because I'll report you. And then some kids did report their parents.
Right.
You know, so.
And then the laws was there to protect them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the laws were there to protect them, and then they know about those laws. So, that's when it changed.
I know a couple of situations where the child was chastised and they told the teacher, and then they sent a police officer there. And I know this one man, he told him, he was like, you can take him. It was like, he said, I whooped her. He said, but I whooped her. He said, but I know the police will do worse than what I did. And he didn't even whoop her where she had bruises. He just whooped her. You know, he gave her a spanking. And it was during the time where they said that you're not supposed to do that. But apparently the officer was on the parent side because the child was acting up or whatever. But I know quite a few parents that the child